Welcome to the Boxing Bookie. We are back. It's good to be back. Got a good one for you guys today. Hang on. All right, good to have everybody here. First show of the day, only show of the day. Yes, it's the extraordinary show today. We got a lot to get into. Want to get into the Australian fights? Take a look at the week ahead. Like I said, a lot to get into. It's going to be a good show today. Best Car Eddie is here. I like this start time. When I only do one show a day, I'm thinking about doing this time. I think I kind of think this time works for everybody. Yes, indeed. All right. Guys, roll on in. Everybody roll on in. It's good to have everybody here. Fast Car Eddie. What are your thoughts on Donovan versus Crocker decision? Excellent question, Heisenberg. I'll get into this, guys. I thought the decision was quite poor. I definitely thought Donovan won. I thought 9 rounds to 3, maybe 10 rounds to 2. I thought he won all the rounds. He didn't get knocked down in. I thought he clearly won the fight. I'm not going to lie. Look, my bets were lost on that when he got knocked down in the first place. But I thought the decision was atrocious. I thought he clearly won the fight. I didn't even think it was outside of the knockdown. I didn't think it was close. Like I said, 9-3, 10-2. It reminds me of the Fury Wilder 1 decision, which I clearly thought Fury won the fight. I thought Fury dominated. I thought he clearly won, and it didn't go that way. Well, what are you gonna do? But I thought Donovan clearly won the fight. Let's get it, bro. Good to have you aboard, Muscles. I'm gonna pay the bills real quick, guys. Head on over. It's all caught up. Give me 1 second. A couple things I gotta close out of. All right, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me all forms of social media. 3D Boxing, 3D Boxing blog. Guys, join the Patreon. Link is in the description. It's also in the ticker below. Guys, join the Patreon. It gets you $5 a month. Gets you the absolute best gambling advice anywhere in the known boxing universe. $5 a month gets you the absolute best gambling advice. It gets you asked to book you anything. It gets you requested video. It gets you the absolute best gambling advice. Gets you the lock of the week. It gets you, if this is the lock of the week, it's the live betting, the updated props. It gets you all that in the Discord. $5 a month gets you the absolute best gambling advice anywhere in the known boxing universe. So join the Patreon now. Link is in the description. It's in the ticker below. It's pinned in the chat. I'm about to pin it in the chat. Now it's pinned in the chat. $5 a month gets you the absolute best gambling advice anywhere in the known boxing universe. Plus, we stream fights. It's a hell of a community to be a part of. All right, guys. After you do that, head on over to carnivalbar.com. That's carnivalbar.com. Use promo code BOXING at checkout to save 10%. That's promo code BOXING at checkout to save 10%. It's the nutrition of a steak, the convenience of a bar. It's a meal in your pocket. It's the world's only high-fat grass-finished beef, while that replaces a meal while on the move and stores for years. Get your travel autonomy and freedom back. That's carnivalbar.com. Use promo code BOXING at checkout to save 10%. Use promo code BOXING at checkout to save 10%. All right, guys. Let's get into it. I want to recap just how this week is going to look. I want to recap exactly how this week is going to look. All right, so today is Monday. We have the Australian fights on Thursday. One show today. Going to try to do 2 shows tomorrow and Wednesday. Maybe just 1 show tomorrow, 2 shows Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'm working on the Paparo video right now. That will be out shortly. It will be out tonight. And then I'm going to try to get into more of the Australian fights, probably at least one more. I don't have anything else on my DraftKings book, but I'm going to break down Paro and Pop out today. It should be. It's actually a better fight. We'll get into it in a second. So I'm not sure. I'll do either one or two shows tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get Johnny on talk about these Australian fights. I gotta send him. I gotta send him a message. I'm gonna try to send Johnny a message, get him on. The Power pop-up video time, probably two shows Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That's probably the schedule for this week. Two shows Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. One show Monday, Tuesday, and then a live video every single day. A video breakdown every single day of a big fight, so we can make money. So I'm gonna bring you guys a lot of content this week. Still a busy week. I want to get into the Australian fight. I want to answer your questions, comments, thoughts, super chats. I want all of that. So let me know what you guys think. Leave your thoughts, comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let's get into today's show. I do want to adjust a little bit from last week. Only show today. I only did one show yesterday. We got our upsets. We got our chalk. I told you Crawford by decision was easy money. I thought Crawford by decision was easy money. Paddy Donovan and Lewis Crocker was the other big fight, mega fight, and that did not go well. I started the day 10 grand down. I chased it back. I got it back, and we got a new way victory too. No knockdown. It was just a really, really interesting weekend. Nothing really went as expected. If you're Vegas, Crocker downed Donovan, dropped him twice on his way to carrying a very controversial decision. Then you had Brandon Adams upsetting Sergey Boachuk. You had Rico Santana pulling the upset over Nelson. You had another draw in the Lester Martinez fight. So it was a really intriguing weekend of boxing. It was a hard week to bet, and it proved to be that. The one bet you guys liked was Rico Santana. The one bet I liked was Terrence Crawford by decision. I thought Terrence Crawford by decision. And you should have hedged that with a draw, but those were your bets. Terrence Crawford dominated the fight clearly. I had 11 rounds to 1 in my chat. I polled. Everyone had winning no more than 3 rounds. 2 of the judges had it 5. One of the judges had Canelo winning through 9, which is extraordinary, and then losing the last 3 rounds, which is unacceptable. On the scorecards, Crawford needed to win 11 and 12 to win the fight, which is, just unbelievable. That is so unthinkable. That is just so bad and so egregious. If Crawford, think about this, guys. If Crawford rests on his laurels and runs out the clock in the 12th round, and they give it to Canelo, it's a draw. Guys, that is not okay. That is certainly not okay. Think about that. If Crawford runs out the clock in the 12th round, they just score it for Canelo. It's a majority draw. It's 114, 114, 114, 114, 115, 113. How could you possibly have that scorecard? How could you possibly have that scorecard? It's egregious. It's unacceptable. It's disgusting. Crawford dominated that fight. Something needs to be done, guys. Something needs to be done about these Canelo scorecards. I don't know what it is. I don't have a good solution because it's not the same judges. It's different judges. There's always one judge, if not 2, that absolutely like Canelo. We're going to go over this. I don't know. You have to beat Canelo at least 9 rounds to beat him, right? So he's getting at least 3 rounds to start in a 12-round fight. How is that acceptable? How is that? That's not okay. In any way, shape, or form, is it okay to start? So, and it's not once, it's not twice. It's all throughout his career, going back to Aristotle Lara, going back to Floyd Mayweather, going back to Austin Trout. There's always at least one egregious scorecard in every single Canelo fight. Someone needs to explain this to me. We need to get to the bottom of this because it's not good for the sport. Could you imagine if Crawford would have ran out the last round and it would have been a draw? Oh my God. All right, guys, let's get into today's show. Guys, questions, comments, thoughts, super chats below, please. Let's get into everything. What's good, DJ Green? We got DJ Green. I've been watching the tape on Liam Wilson's opponent. Def a level below. Liam didn't look good his last fight. Yeah, that's probably the next video I'm going to do. I'm going to get into Liam Wilson next, I think. Good evening. Good evening. Yes. Poll from the stream today, Gary. You guys want a poll? What do you guys? I don't have anything in my mind. I asked about Donovan and Cracker last night. I don't know that I have. Hey, let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Y'all like the polls? I like the polls. Everyone come vote in the poll. Who should Canelo? Who should Crawford fight next? Benavidez, Bivol, hang on. Let me get rid of that. Hang on. Who should Crawford fight next? Bivol, who did Benavidez, Big Charlo, Canelo. Yeah, there's the poll, guys. There's the poll. I know you guys like the poll. There's the poll. The poll is live. Everybody go vote in the poll. Everybody go vote in the poll. Who should Canelo fight next? Who should Crawford fight next? Bivol, Benavidez, Big Charlo, Canelo. Someone else, maybe? You guys tell me. There's the poll. Crawford definitely proved me wrong. I didn't expect him to dominate Canelo like that. He's in my top 5, dead or alive. Yeah, it's about due time we start having the where Canelo starts, where Crawford ranks all time. It's a fair and reasonable conversation. There's a poll question I'm going to ask too. I'll ask that tomorrow, I guess. Who ranks higher all time now, Crawford or Floyd Mayweather? To me, it might be Crawford. This was a sensational win. This was, I mean, you look at his career now. It's hard to deny Terrence Crawford. It is hard to deny Terrence Crawford. It was a shutout for Bud. I thought it was close to a shutout, 11-1. I thought it was close to that. What's up, Chio? Chio's in the house. Crawford should retire. I don't dislike that. I'm fine with that. I agree. It's a perfect way to end your career. It's hard to go out higher than that. You just went up to 168, jumped up 2 weight classes and beat Canelo. I'm good with it. If he wants to retire, take his money, take his brain in place, and retire, I'm with it. I would encourage him to do that. Now, do I think he's going to do that? No, I don't. Should he do that? Well, that's a very different question. Guys, questions, comments, thoughts, super chats, put them in the comment section below. I will get to everything. Crawford Janibek. I suggested this post fight. Everybody laughed at me. Everybody hated this fight. But I'm with Janibek. I like that fight too. I would put Janibek. I should have put Janibek. Oh well. All right. Next poll, I asked about Janibek. I asked about Janibek after the fight. No one wanted that fight. Everyone was like, no one knows who Janibek is. No one cares about that fight. That's what y'all told me. Maybe not you guys. We got a lot more people in the chat, so it might be someone else. But let's take a look at this real quick. So right now on DraftKings, we only have 2 fights. We have Paro and Popao, which is actually a decent fight. Popao's not bad. He can fight from long range. He's got decent feet. He throws. He puts intention on his shots. He's not a hitter though. But he sits down, delivers his shots. He can fight on the inside. Pretty good skills on the inside. He's a French guy, I think. He's not terrible. He's all right. He's okay. I don't think he's got much for Liam Paro, although the fight might be competitive. He's a pretty good fighter. He's not bad at all. But I don't think he has anything for Paro. I don't love minus 1,400. I don't like that at all. If I had to guess, I would guess the stoppage, and it's even money. So Paro by KO, I think is a pretty good bet. If I had to guess, I would think Paro stops him late, so I'd be willing to bet that. I think Paro stops him late. I would say Paro by stoppage late, or Paro on a money line are the two bets I would look at here. Most of Liam Paro's good fights, most of his, he's knocked out Brock Jarvis in the first round. You know, I don't know if Papa's any better than Brock Jarvis. I don't really. Yeah, he's probably better than Brock Jarvis. And Jarvis got knocked out in one round. But Liam Paro is a world class fighter. We can say what we want about Liam Paro. He came up short with Hitchens. He beat Matias. He beat Montana Love. He's knocked out Montana Love, and he knocked out Jarvis. He outlasted Yomar Alamo, if you guys remember. And those are kind of his big wins. I think Jarvis was in Australia. So his big wins are Alamo, Jarvis, Montana Love, Super Matias. That's a pretty good. And that was a road victory too. He went on the road. He went into Puerto Rico and fought Matias. So that's a pretty good resume from 2021 to 2024. He was pretty good. Like he was pretty good, indeed. 2024 he also lost a somewhat competitive fight to Richardson Hitchens, also in Puerto Rico. One of the judges, Nelson Vasquez, had it 117-111 for Paro, which is an unbelievable scorecard. That is extraordinary. And then he recently fought Jonathan Navarro and stopped him in 5 rounds. I like Paro by stoppage. Paro on the money line is a bet you could put in your parlay this week. Paro by I would bet on that. Paro by stoppage is a standalone bet at even money. I do think he gets the stoppage. David Pop-Up is there to be hit. He's going to stand in front of you. He's not a puncher, but he's there to be hit. So he's going to sit. He's going to trade with Paro, and that's not going to end well for him. I'll take Paro to stop him at some point. Paro stops him probably late. I would say 9 or 10. So right around that. Yeah, I would say 9 or 10. I'd probably take the under. I don't love the odds on the under. Let me look them up real quick. Under 10.5 gets you minus plus 125. That's not bad. That's not bad. We're really flirty with that. Like I'm saying 9 or 10, he stops him. You know, but my guess would be the stoppage. I like the under 10.5 though. I do. They are all too big. Paro's opponent moves, doesn't he? Kind of, sort of, not really. I played a video, but I just got a strike on my last video for playing some content. I don't want to get. I didn't get a strike. I got demonetized on that last channel. On my last video, when I showed the video of Crawford and Majimov and Crawford fighting up the back foot, you guys told me he didn't do that. So I don't want to. I don't want to make a habit of that. So I'm not going to pull up any video of him. But he fights a little bit both ways. He fights. He can move, but he also stands in and trades quite a bit. A lot. He'll stand on the inside. He's got decent footwork on the inside. It's really not bad. It's not. There's enough. I got a couple fights on him. You know, it wasn't a ton of tape, but I got some tape. I was about 3 fights on him. His last 2, and then one from a long time ago. There was some tape on him. It was not a ton of tape, but I got some tape on him. I saw what he is. He's okay. Liam Wilson and this is the fight I'm going to do next. This is a decent fight. Liam Wilson and Jorge Santana. Anywhere from minus 2,000 to minus 1,200, depending on your book. We got Brock Jarvis and Ken Aitken on the fight as well. Abduliev is on the card. He's an underdog against Koso. And that's basically the card. So that's what we got this week. And then this weekend is Gabriel Fundora. We got Kayatso and Vyazin. And that's it's not the busiest week, but we can still make money. I think the money is here to be made. I'm going to try to get Johnny on to talk about this Brock Jarvis fight because Brock Jarvis is where we're going to make the money. but I'm going to try to get to all these fights as well. I'm going to try to get to all these fights. I'm going to try to get Johnny on to talk about this Brock Jarvis fight. Did Johnny do a video on this yet? Brock Jarvis, Santana, Wilson, and then Paro. Paro by stoppage is a bet I like a lot. If you can get plus money on it, like this plus 115, I would take it. I would take it at even money too. I think it's more than 50-50 that Paro gets the stoppage. I think it's a pretty good bet at even money. Then we got Jarvis. I think Jarvis probably gets stopped. I got to watch the tape on it. And Liam Wilson is what I'm going to get to next. I'm going to try to get to these 3 videos next. That is my goal. That is my intention. I think I should be able to do it. Guys, please like, share, and subscribe. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you have not already. Smash the like button. Subscribe if y'all have not already. Not a ton to get into this week. To recap this past weekend, you had a big fight weekend. You got a new A1 over Madrimov wide. You had Crawford beat Canelo close, but wide. Who do you guys think won more rounds, Inoue or Crawford? I would say Crawford. You had some upsets. You had Raiko Santana upsetting Steven Nelson. You had Crocker upsetting Donovan. So the upsets continue. The draws continue in what was maybe the fight of the year with Lester Martinez. We knew that fight was going to be with Lester Martinez and Christian and Billy, but we knew that fight was going to be amazing from the get-go. I'm interested to see how you guys had that. Who did you guys have winning? And Billy or who did you guys have winning that fight? Guys, please smash the like button. Subscribe if you have not already. Please smash the like button. Subscribe if you have not already. But that was a great fight. And Billy, I had it a draw. I had Lester Martinez rallying late to get the – hang on one second. Yeah. All right. Sorry about that. Guys, vote in the poll. Vote in the poll. Vote in the poll. Vote in the poll. No Limit Promotions is known for controversial stoppages as well. Good to keep that in mind when betting. Yes, it is. He said Brock was on upset. Oh, interesting. I wanted to talk to him about this. Hang on one second. Brandon Adams got me 5K. Sweet. Nice. I thought Brandon Adams was definitely worth a bet. I thought he was being disrespected. He stopped him in the first fight. Then was a major underdog, which I thought was crazy. So I thought that was definitely worth a bet. Christian Medina, Jimenez upset Sakai. Yes, excellent. Yes, actually, yes, he did. I forgot about that. Everything Ruslan Abduliev versus Kevin Johnson this weekend. Eyeing Ruslan Abduliev versus Kevin Johnson this weekend. Solid rumble. Yeah, it's not a bad fight. It's a good fight. It's not bad at all. Kevin Johnson's one of those guys. His record's not spectacular. He's from Philly. He fought guys tough. He fought Eric Tudor tough. He fought Kelvin Davis tough. He's fought Christian Baez tough. He's fought a lot of guys tough. He just hasn't gotten the win. He's got a win over Vicente Martin Rodriguez, if that counts for anything. And now he fought Joel Arate next and almost beat him. He fights a lot of guys tough. Ruslan Abduliev is 2-0, 8-round fight. It's an interesting fight. It's a really, really good fight. You got Kayase, you got Fundora on the card, you got Graham Flores on the card, fighting Courtney Pennington, you got Ruslan Abduliev, you got Joel Arate on the card. He's a guy, Kevin Johnson, that's used a lot. You can see him being used by Golden Boy. Golden Boy likes to recycle their guys like that. The guys, their opponents, they like to recycle them. But it's a fun night. You got the Golden Boy card, which for sure is going to be fun. Is this in California? Yes, in India Springs. Okay, it's a good card. I like this card. You got Gabriel Vador, you got Oscar Cazzo, you got some prospects on it. It's not a bad looking card. Not a bad looking card at all. Yeah, I got Crawford above Inoue and Usyk pound for pound. I haven't redone my list since this, but I'm definitely gonna have Crawford at one now for sure. Absolutely, absolutely. I don't really have a whole lot. Do you guys have any? Do you guys vote in the poll? Any break? It's kind of a slow week. Like I said, I'm gonna do the Australian cards. I'm gonna try to get through all of the Australian cards if I can. I'm gonna try to get through as many as I can. I'm gonna try to get through all of them. Guys, do vote in the poll. Do vote in the poll. It's even right now. Nobody wants to see the Canelo fight, which is awesome. But I'm gonna try to. I'm right now. Hang on. Yeah, the first breakdown is Power, and then I'm going to do Liam Wilson. I'm going to try to do Brock Jarvis. Brock Jarvis should be easy because all his fights are over quickly. So those are the breakdowns I'm going to do, and I'm going to get into the Golden Boy cards as well. I'm going to get into all. I'm going to try to break down as much as I possibly can. Try to get into every possible fight. This was a good weekend. This was a fun weekend. You got Crawford, obviously. And then you had Patty Donovan, you had Inoue, you had three big cards this weekend. And this week is kind of a lull after last week. Last week, and that's yeah. You got Jacob. I don't know. These are boxers, I guess, right? How do you say this guy's name? Jacob NG. This is a boxer, I suppose. Australian professional boxer. 15-1. He lost to Billy Dibb. No, I don't know. I don't know anything about this. I don't know anything about this, Jeff. I suppose those are boxers. I don't have a book on it. I don't know anyone who has a book on that. Does anyone have a book on this? Oh, they do. Okay, yeah, we got some book minus 550, minus 500. No, I don't have anything. I've never even heard of these guys. Guys, I gotta end this. I got a lot going on over here on mine. I apologize for that. We'll do a better show tomorrow. I'll try to go live twice tomorrow. There's not a lot to get into. Obviously, we have Kayatso, which wins by a blowout. We have Pandora, who wins by a blowout, and then we got these Australian cards. So I got to spend time breaking down these Australian cards. I need to get to all the tape and everything on this. But that's basically where the content is. I wanted to, yeah. A lot of guys do vote in the poll. Everyone vote in the poll. A lot of credible people in boxing media are saying their sources say that rematch will happen. If it does, can you see Bud stopping Canelo? I can't see the stoppage. Canelo's never been knocked down. He's never been in trouble. I can't see Crawford stopping him. I do think Crawford wins again. And, we talked about, he never rematched with Bivol. To be honest, Crawford probably beat him even more convincingly than Bivol did. If he wouldn't rematch with Bivol, I don't think he'll rematch with Crawford. It could happen, though, right? Like, there's enough money in it, and that's why I put him on the poll. I don't really care to see it again. It was convincing. It was one-sided. It was an outclassing. I don't need to see it again, but is it possible that we see it again? I think it's very possible that we see it again. It's very possible. It's going to be up to Canelo. If Canelo wants it, Canelo's going to get it. And that's basically it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very possible that this fight could happen again. As voted in the poll, you guys don't care about it. I don't need to see it again. I don't need to see it again at all. It got 0 votes. Guys, everyone, I'm going to end this poll in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Ending the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ending the poll. How do I end this poll? Why is this being weird? Here we go. The tie between Charlo and Bivol wins. You guys would rather see Bivol. Bivol wins. All right, guys. You guys pick Bivol. Shout out Bivol. All right, I'm gonna end this quiet breakdown today. Quiet show today. Not a ton of people in the chat. Appreciate all of y'all. Let me see what James Arath said. Shout out James Arath. Why not just take Bud at plus money as opposed to all these parlays with major added risk? You had the fight pegged perfectly. Yeah, so you can take more than one thing. You can diversify your money. You can diversify your funds. But yeah, Crawford by decision is the that's the pick right there. Crawford by decision was the pick. That was the bet of the weekend for sure. All right, I'm gonna end the show. Appreciate everyone. James, good to see you. Don't be a stranger, James. Good to have you here. I'm gonna end the poll now. I'm gonna end the show. It is. I'll be live again tomorrow, and I'll have the breakdown on the Australian fights. It is September 15th, 2025, from Texas to the world. Thank y'all, and God bless. Oh, please smash the like button, subscribe if you have not already on the way out. Thank y'all. All right, from Texas to the world. Thank y'all, and God bless.
Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3D Boxing is on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.